Today we're in Chinook Gate, we're in the southwest quadrant of Airdrie. Let's get localized. Chinook Gate is a new community here in Airdrie. It launched in 2018 and with plans of completion by 2027. So the three primary home builders in this neighborhood are McKee, Excel Homes, and Brookfield Residential. Chinook Gate's homes are of the look of a modern contemporary style. There's single-family front garages and lane homes. There's duplexes and townhomes. It also has an HOA annual fee, which is becoming more of a common thing here in Airdrie. We are seeing a lot of the newer communities bring in these HOA fees. Currently, right now, you're going to find in this neighborhood, they range from $105 to about $125 annually. And HOA fees cover the common area maintenance, snow removal, and landscaping. It's not a lot of money that you have to pay annually. It keeps that green space up and pretty and beautified throughout the years. You'll also find that townhome pricing, they start around the mid-200s. The duplexes come in around the mid-400s. Laned homes, I would say around the low 500s, and front attached garages around the high 500s. So most of these homes, because they're built in 2018 or to now, all of them should come with a home warranty program offered with the sale because they're all under the 10 years. You'll also find that some of the homes are certified built green, and there's even one net zero home in the community that's been featured in the news, and it's part of the annual Eco Solar Home Tourist Society. So feel free to check the link below if you want to learn a little bit more about that. It's a really quick commute to the city, so to Calgary, from multiple different ways. That's what I really like about Chinook Gate, is that you can access it through a lot of these side roads. You can also access it off the main roads and onto the QE2 that as well, but I like that you can, kind of take the back roads to get into Calgary. So if there's an accident on the QE2, you're not weaving or wading through that traffic. You're just zipping through and just bypassing it all. Another great feature of the community is that it's so close to Chinook Winds Regional Park, which is this huge 55-acre outdoor park. It's got kilometers of paved pathways, it's got playgrounds, skate park, a spray park, multi-use court, toboggan hill, volleyball courts, baseball diamonds, you name it, it's got it. It is, every family's huge dream of activities. You can just spend the whole day there, and all seasons really. That's what I really like about it. There is plans for a school to be built in the community, but for now, the students have to go to the neighboring communities to go to school. And you're also probably about a 5-minute drive from the major shopping centers, so like Walmart, Home Depot. It's really just down the road. It's not too far. What you're also going to see, so currently on the market, there is only one active front attached garage home on the market and one pending townhome. So really low inventory at this time. When we pull the data from the last 180 days, we see an average sale price of $590,000 for single family homes, and they've been on the market for average days of 25 days. So really low inventory, quick turnaround, and still a reasonable price point for a single family home. So what this really drives home is that newer homes priced under $600K are still a hot commodity within the Airdrie market, and they won't last long on the market. So all of the properties sold in Chinook Gate in the past 180 days, none of them seen a price drop. There was no price reductions. They all sold within 98.35% of the list price. So what that says is that if it was up for sale for $600,000, it most likely sold around that $590 mark. So that's really great to know if you're looking to sell right now in this current market and you're wondering, is it financially feasible? Give and take, if you're priced right, if the home is showing well, marketed right, you could potentially be looking at getting 98.35% of that list price. Your other option in Chinook Gate is to actually just do a new build with one of the three builders. So new builds can take anywhere between 6 to 12 months for possession, depending on what stage that builder is at with the build. So if you're customizing a home and you're building from scratch and you're picking your lot and all that stuff, you're definitely looking at 11 plus months time frame. It really does depend how much customization you're going to do for that home. That will determine how long it will take. There still is supply issues. There still is trades, a low inventory of trades and suppliers out there. So, give and take, I would say 11 to 12 months for a brand new start to finish home. Another thing that home builders do in the area is a spec home. So a spec home is one that the builder just starts to build without a buyer. And so sometimes they're not sold before they're built, and they're basically move-in ready. And sometimes they put them on the market, or they're selling them at the show home at different stages of the build. So again, it depends where it's at the stage of the build. So if they're just pouring the concrete, you're probably looking at that longer term of 10 plus months before possession. But if they're at drywall stage and they're ready to put in the cabinets and do the finishes, you could be looking at potentially anywhere between 3, 4, 5 months, right? You could be looking at a shorter possession date at that point. So it really depends at where that spec home is at the stage it's at when it's built. So if this is something that you're interested, feel free to email, call, or text me, and we can explore these options a little bit more in detail. I've worked with this builders, and building a brand new home can be daunting at best, but our job as realtors is to help guide you through these stages of the new builds and get you into your home that you're going to love and try and take some of that stress off. So Chinook Gate, again, it's one of those hidden gems within Airdrie, and I don't think it's talked about nearly enough. I think that you get a really well-priced home in this area. It's such a short commute to Calgary. It's really a great community just to invest in, and I don't think you'll regret it. I think it's really positioned in a nice area. It's really up and coming, and you're going to see a lot of amenities get built within that area. There's other newer communities being built around it. So as this happens and infrastructure builds out, we're going to see a little bit more shopping centers, transit, and all that come out that way. I would say right now with this community, maybe one of the pitfalls is right now the city transit doesn't make its way out this far. So you are walking a little bit if you are looking at taking city transit. So I would say that would be one of the pitfalls. You're not quite there yet where there's a local 7-Eleven, within 2 seconds walk away. You have to drive a little bit, but really within Airdrie, you can get from one end of Airdrie to another within 15 minutes at most. And that's with if you hit a train. So everything is really quick drive away, and there's tons of pathways. So all the pathways are built and they are connected. In the summer, you can really walk from one end of Airdrie to another and get where you need to go by biking, walking, rollerblading, whatever you need. But other than that, I don't see too many downfalls of Chinook Gate. You can't go wrong with a new build community, really. You're going to have to deal with, when you buy a home in a new build, things you'll have to think about and deal with is like the construction dust and the construction crews. And they're saying 2027. So we're looking at another 5 years, potentially 5 years or under of, construction, the dust, the noise of construction and all that stuff. So things to think about when you do buy within a new community are those kind of things. Other than that, I truly do believe Chinook Gate is a great investment for anyone.